All right. Welcome to What's New. We're doing this from the Arts Center, so you'll notice arts on the wall. And today we're going to be talking about our Christmas weekend, which is the first weekend in December. And so we have Annette and Juanita here. Juanita is the Art Guild, and Annette arranges the Christmas holiday Christmas festival.
The executive director.
So they'll just take over talking, and I'll butt in when I feel like it. So whichever one of you wants to go first, you can do it.
You want to go first,
Sure.
Annette?
My name's Annette Rolfe, and I'm the executive director of the St. Genevieve Holiday Christmas Festival. This year is the 39th annual Holiday Christmas Festival. Actually, it started out as the Country Christmas Walk years ago,
right.
And so this is my 17th year putting it together. You know, and so after we started it, it started like as a little tiny but special.
Very special.
Yeah, event as the Country Christmas Walk, and then they asked me to line up a parade, and that was, I guess, to my misfortune because I had been doing this now for 17 years, and I did, and I thought it could be built into something pretty major, and it has become quite major. In 2021, both St. Charles, Missouri, and St. Genevieve, Missouri, were ranked in AAA magazine as the #1 and #2 Christmas towns in the entire Midwest. So I feel like we have come quite a long way. We have a whole series of performers coming this year. I can't even describe how fortunate this culture is to have this quality of entertainment. Like starting out, we'll have on Saturday. We have the parade, of course, at 11 a.m. And the parade is going to be really spectacular this year. I have well over 100 entries, and everyone's so excited. They're all going to have floats and decorated cars and dress up like little munchkins and what have you. And that's always very special. It attracts all the children and people from all over. After the parade, as usual, we'll have the Lions Park open. They'll be serving lunch at a reasonable price. We'll have Vernon Fleet will be performing more of a traditional type country music there. We'll have free photos with Santa, and children eat for free, anyone 12 and under, as long as they're accompanied by an adult. The Lions do this every year, and it is very much of a treat. And they actually, do it as a community project because they take a loss giving away all that free food, but they make enough money throughout the year. They feel they can afford to do this for everyone. Right. And in the parade even, they hand out like hats and gloves and really expensive things to the children. So for them to do this is wonderful. Diane Wilson, who is one of our local artists, every year has been doing crafts for children at the Auras. And she does this out of her heart because she really loves doing it, and it is very popular. So from 12 to 2, right after the parade, there will be crafts for children, and of course the Lions Park. Starting at 1 o'clock, things really start to happen. We have Bruce Divig back again. He sent me an email the other day. He is a renowned magician from St. Louis, and he is ready for his fabulous event, and he loves his fabulous town, and he feels like it's a good connection, because he's, a real eccentric individual, been quite fun actually, and everybody seems to love him. The first year he was here, he was so popular, I had to hire him back for 2 shows instead of just 1. So he's wonderful, and it's at the Museum Learning Center, and it's always crowded. You can standing room only. It's so crowded, both shows, sometimes people stand out in the hallway just to see him perform. So that's always very popular. Starting at 1 o'clock, also we'll have filigree, making filigrees, the art of filigree making, and that will be over at the Felix Valley site. 2 o'clock, okay, this year, the La Ravillon has come back. So at 2 o'clock, they will have historic dancers at the historic site also. Bob Mueller, of course, lectures at the same site around 4 o'clock, doing a historic lecture on customs of historic French St. Genevieve and customs of historic German St. Genevieve, which that would have been around 1850. The others would have been in the middle 1700s. And it's really popular every year. He has a big crowd. So, and then I think from 5 to 8, the La Ravillon will still be going on. And the La Ravillon, that's what they do. It's a French Christmas Eve celebration. And it is going to be a replica of an early 1800s Christmas Eve celebration for the French settlement here in St. Genevieve. It would have been a feast that they would eat after midnight mass every Christmas Eve, and they're going to show you the foods they would eat. People would be dressed up in period costumes, and they're going to serve period desserts. Okay, and that goes on from 5 to 8. Other than that, back to the music on Saturday. It's pretty spectacular. At the Holy Cross Lutheran Church, we have a string quartet there, the Southern Illinois String Quartet. Will be Rosanna Cotti will be the director, and she will be performing also. She's actually a very gifted violist, and she also plays the violin and most of the strings. She is from Italy, and she is quite educated. She also is in charge of a chamber music festival in Italy every year in the summer, and she does a lot of wonderful things. To have her is pretty spectacular. We'll be having, of course, performing with her other directors and symphony performers and professors and such, and that's always a very popular venue. At the same time, her husband, Dr. Isaac Lascelles, will have his Isaac Lascelles Trio, the Jazz Latino Trio, performing at the Presbyterian Church, and that's from 1 to 3 also, 2 different concerts, 1 to 1:45 and 2 to 2:45. And so he, in his performance group, he also has Dr. Richard Kelly, who is the head of the music department at SIU Carbondale. Dr. Lascelles is head of the classical guitar division. And Jimmy Beers, who's head of the drum percussionary division, and they do a spectacular job. And again, these guys, they travel all over the United States performing along with teaching. And to have them, they come back and they love it here. They love our culture. They feel like every time they come back, they're seeing their friends in St. Genevieve, and they just love being here. They're wonderful. I mean, it sounds like something off like a live television or something that could be on the Jay Leno show or one of those nighttime TV shows.
Right.
I mean, they're that good. But also at 1 to 3, at 2 shows also, will be Adele Martin and Bluesette. She is a cafe French singer. She's from Europe. And that is so popular. That's going to be at Music Art Love. Absolutely exquisite songstress. I mean, she's a songbird, actually, and does a beautiful job. We have the chamber choir, Southeast Missouri State University Chamber Choir, will be at the Catholic Church. And they, again, are extremely popular. At 3 o'clock, we will have Gary Huggins will be at the Welcome Center. He is a jazz saxophonist. He does kind of a smooth jazz. He performs with 3 different saxophones of 3 different sizes, and he sounds kind of like Kenny G. And he's really gifted.
Good.
And so he's so worth seeing. 3 o'clock also will be Stormy Bennett and Eric Bennett doing their thumb rhythms on their acoustic guitars. Really gifted. That will be at the Oris Theater. 12 to 3, in front of the Oris, Chad Stafford Stevens will be performing there. And he is more of a pop artist. He'll do like a lot of modern Christmas songs. He's kind of like more of a Bruce Springsteen type of style. And he, again, loves it. He loves being here every year. And so it's like we just have... On the music end, we have so much going on. At 4 to 6 on Saturday, again, not just more music, but we have 3 receptions, I guess. We have the Art Guild will be having their reception. Dr. Lascelles, again, will be displaying his multifaceted talent. He's bringing his lute and will be performing Renaissance music for the Art Guild. And they have their reception here at this studio. It's the Historic Museum building downtown St. Genevieve. And it's a wonderful, elegant event. And they have all the artist bring things that you can buy, Christmas products, cards, just ornaments. It's a wonderful thing. Just right across the street at 4 to 6 will be the Guybourd Valley House is having their reception, and it's hosted by the Foundation for the Restoration of St. Genevieve. Again, both places will have the most wonderful hors d'oeuvres and wonderful music. It's a wonderful place to meet people, enjoy the wonderful food, and the music and the culture. Over there, the house is quite historic by one of our town's founding fathers. It was owned by one of our town's founding fathers. In one of the rooms, they'll have a lady dressed in period. We have people working that will be wearing period costumes. She's making yarn, with a spinning wheel. And then the violinist there again will be Rosanna Catti, and she will be doing Baroque music. That Baroque selected because at the time the house was built, Baroque would have been quite popular. And so at 3 o'clock, going back to 3 o'clock, at the Catholic Church, Professor Matt Palish will be back again this year. He does an organ concert doing classical music and 20th century Christmas tunes. So he starts out with early classical music, Baroque, up to 21st century Christmas tunes, and he is very popular. And the church is always filled. He always gets a standing ovation because he is really brilliant. You feel like you're in Europe or something when you're listening to this. That night, and then one more reception at 4 o'clock will be at Music Art Love. There will be no alcohol at the Art Guild show or the reception or the one at the Guybourd House, but she will be serving wine to people, and they will be doing, Academy Hill will be performing there, doing more of an alternative country. Really, really gifted group. It's a trio. 6 o'clock, I can't even describe, it's great. We have the tree trimming, and that's at the Welcome Center, and we'll have the Chanteurs Francais. Yeah, I had to get it the right French pronunciation of it, which means the French singers, okay? And that's Bill and Patty Nager. They dress in period costumes, singing historic period French songs, and then and then the madrigals, our high school madrigal singers will be singing more modern Christmas tunes. Gary Shiel is the host. He goes into a little speech about the history of St. Genevieve and when the French were here and when the Spanish were here and and into the Germans when they came. And so, but Bill and Patty they'll sing songs in these different languages as he's teaching, the children about our culture. And it is a wonderful way to end that evening. Otherwise, we have a craft fair Saturday morning, and that only goes on from 9 to 4, and that's at the Valley Gym. There will be no parking in the Valley parking lot until noon, because that's where we line the parade up. But that craft show is really so endearing. Another really new thing we have this year, my husband is a big antique buff and found at an auction in St. Louis 12 cubicles so big, and they're all hand-tooled from about 1930. They came out of a department store in St. Louis, either Stixbury & Fuller or Famous Bar, and he's having them renovated right now. They're scenes from all around the world. People, they have mosaic walls and windows and tile floors. I mean, they're just really brilliantly done. And he's going to have them put over at the Borg Center, and they're going to be out every year from now on. And it's called Christmas Around the World, and they'll be lighted, and they'll be facing the 3rd Street, 2 windows in the 3rd Street. We had to do it on that street because they got the best view from the windows. They have other things in the window that help keep the building up, so we had to...
Where's that located? Where again?
Right at the Borg Center.
The Borg Center.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's going to be on the 3rd Street.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be really special because as a young teenager, I used to go visit my cousin in Chicago, and the first thing I do when I get out of that taxi cab from the train station we had that cab driver take me over to Marshall Field so I could look at the windows. So this is really going to be something very special for our town because they can look at that window every year and see these wonderful little scenes from around the world. And it's an art thing, and so it's really magnificent. Music Art Love at 7 o'clock that night. She again will be serving wine to people, and she has she'll have a saxophonist there too. And he also is very, very gifted. We have a lot going on. Audubon's, they, of course, will have Jen, Jack, and Lynn will be performing. They're our local artists, and so very popular. Do a wonderful job. Beautiful harmony. That's just Saturday alone. Sunday, we don't have the parade or the craft show, but we have more music. And the Art Guild show will be going on again Sunday from 12 to 3, isn't it?
12 to 3, yes.
12 to 3.
Actually, 10 to 3.
10 to 3 on Sunday. And we'll have even more things going on Sunday. The Southeast Missouri State University Steel Drum Band is coming back this year, and they are extremely popular. Every year I have to keep getting more seats, and every year there's still standing room at both shows. Dr. LaSalle, again, displaying more of his talent, will be back on Sunday at the Holy Cross Lutheran Church doing 500 years of French, German, Spanish, and American music on his guitar. And his wonderful, gifted wife will be at the Welcome Center, and that's from 12:30 to 2:15. Both of these are, and 2 different shows for each. It's in the program. She will be at the Welcome Center doing impressionistic music on her violin. At 12, the Steel Drum Band, I think that starts about 1:30 to 2:15, and then 2:30 to 3:15. At 3 o'clock, Patty Freewald is back at the St. Genevieve Catholic Church, and she's bringing several friends with her this year, various harpists and different types of strings, and she does Celtic harp music along with Christmas tunes. And that has become quite popular. And that's before our magnificent municipal band performs at the last performance of the whole weekend. It's going to be a spectacular weekend. Like I said, we have such a wonderful shows lined up for everyone. Children, adults, young teenagers, everyone loves this. And so I really highly recommend that you try to come and visit at least one of the days, or come to 1 or 2 of the shows. You'll have a fabulous experience.
That's going to be hard to top. And you've got it all memorized, although you covered it all very, very well. I mean, even covered what we're doing here at, our art center. Our guild has been here, 39 years. Now, I'm not sure if the guild has shown that many years. But I know over the years, we were at different locations in town, and now, luckily, we have this beautiful art center, in the old museum. So the first thing I would say to people, other than in between all this wonderful music, I hope you'll find an opportunity to slip into the art center. It's the old museum, and many of you probably remember it. But it has been renovated now, and it's an absolutely beautiful location for the Art Center. And if you've not had an opportunity to see what has been done, this is a good chance for you to come in and to see this. Not to mention that we'll have 3-4 times the amount of artwork that you're seeing right now. I know you're seeing a little bit of it behind us, but this is an opportunity for our members to really bring out a lot of their work and to provide work that you might want to take home as gifts for Christmas. We have 27 members this year that are going to be participating in this particular Christmas show. So the walls will be filled. There will be 7 three-dimensional artists, that is, artists that will have sculptures, pottery, jewelry, and other such items, mixed media items as well, and affordable, I would say. When you have an art center like this in a town like St. Genevieve, you're going to find that the artwork is by and large very, very affordable. And so hopefully you'll want to come down and maybe pick up some piece of art for a gift. We'll have cards, we'll have Christmas cards, lots of Christmas cards. No cards also that you might want to pick up, and send to somebody. But we've been doing this for many years. And the music is absolutely wonderful. But before music, we were about the only show in town. Remember ours? I mean, we really were. We were the main show in town, and we're hoping that you'll find the opportunity to slip in between all the music, because the music is absolutely wonderful. I'm trying to think, other than we'll have a lot of work here. We also will have cider and cookies again, and so that is free to the public. And the other thing, we do have a silent auction that we've been doing for years, and it funds our scholarship fund as well as our high school art show. And every year the Guild votes on somebody's work that we are going to auction off. And this year, which I think is fabulous, I just love this. It's something, it's just beautiful. Joyce Pearson is one of our Art Guild members. She's from Farmington, is that correct, ours? And she is an incredible fiber artist who does just beautiful fibers, from scarves to shawls to hats. This is a wet felt hat that she made, and we're going to be raffling this off. It really, really is an outstanding piece of artwork. Something you would find in any high-end gallery. Mm-hmm. It really is. She displays her work here at our gallery. She will be having some shawls. And sorry about that. That's spam. It really is. So she's going to have a lot of her work here, and she really, like I said, you want to come in and look at what she's done. But this piece is beautiful, and if you'd like to try to win this, we do have raffle tickets here at the Art Center, or the Guild members have tickets. $1 or 3 for $5. And we will be drawing the winner on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Okay? So, definitely come in and see about this, this hat. I mean, I just can't say enough about this hat. It's absolutely, it really is absolutely beautiful.
It looks like it should be in Bergdorf Goodman.
Yes, I mean, it really, really is. And she is, I think this one took first place at the Artist Age List, but I think she even had it in another show and took an award for it. So it really, really is an outstanding piece of art, and I can't say enough about her work. She's very much a professional fiber artist. So that is going to be raffled off. I'm trying to look around and see what else about the Guild itself. Well, we're going to have the music on Saturday from 4 to 6. It's Meet the Artist. And so all of the artists will be here along with other Guild members that are not displaying this particular year. So we've got the music. We will have a wonderful reception. One of our members, Angie Dalton, just really puts on a spread. I mean, it's really, really good. So that is Saturday evening from 4 to 6. Otherwise, we're going to be setting up this show already next week. On Tuesday, Wednesday, we will be setting up the art show. And so we will be open on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays from 11 till 3 until Christmas. The weekend of the Christmas show, I think we're opening at 10, and we go Friday until, I'm not sure. We might even try to stay open later on Friday. I'm not quite sure, and I should know that. And then Saturday we're open until 8, and Sunday we're open until 3. So definitely try to see if you can find some time to slip in, in between some of the different music that is going on in the area. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. Besides, the Art Guild, we're known as an art town. I mean, not just all types of fine art, from music to art to theater. I mean, St. Genevieve does have a reputation as being an art town.
And history.
And history, too.
History,
history goes
without
without
saying.
saying. That's number one. But
first settlement.
we go back to the 1930s and 40s, and that's when we had an art colony, an art school of art, and it consisted of very prominent artists from St. Louis and elsewhere. And so that's one of our goals as an art guild, is to continue that legacy. And so we have it here at the Art Guild or the Art Center. But you've got other galleries in town, from Silver Sycamore to European Entitlement to Art Collecting to Art Music Love, and I'm going to forget somebody.
Music Art Love.
Music Art Love, and I'm going to forget somebody else, I'm sure. But the point being, though, you do have a lot of different art spaces and art galleries that you can go to not just view the art, but again, I think some of it would make nice Christmas presents. I know on occasion I have picked up other people's artwork and I have given it as gifts. So, excuse me, so that is what's going on here at the Art Center. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else ours. I know I'm forgetting something. But like I said, with all the music, with the art, not to mention the shops in town that will be having, they always put out a lot of Christmas items, which is kind of fun to do. But like I said, we're going to be open throughout Thanksgiving, that weekend, until Christmas. Last year, the Art Center did very well as far as being open Thanksgiving weekend, and we had a lot of people come in. So I'm hoping that will be the case again this year. Like I said, we do have a lot of Christmas cards. I know some people still send Christmas cards, and they're original or of scenes that are of St. Genevieve, if you're looking for something like that. Our artwork that you're going to see ranges from artists that do scenes of the Midwest to, we got some very creative artists that are gardeners, and they have beautiful florals, and we have some European scenes. I know myself, I like doing a lot of the European scenes, local scenes. Like I said, sculptures, pottery, there's a lot here, so I hope people will come in and see what we have. Is there anything else ours?
Good coverage.
I can't think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to cover. It's just a festive weekend. I've had the opportunity to go to the Christmas markets in Germany, and they're so festive. And so when I come back home, we don't do as much, but we do provide a lot of different events that get people in the Christmas mood, and you get that festive feeling. I think the only big difference is I love to come back with lights all over the place. That would really kind of just kick it up a notch, because you see so much of that in Europe. Their festival there is just lots of lights and lots of things to see and buy and lots of music. So I'd like for us to continue. I mean, we're a French-German town. Why not? Try to build on that and try to promote that. So I hope people will come out. I know it's a weekend. We used to be the only Christmas festival in the area, the only one many years ago, as I recall. But now you've got other towns, that are starting to do their own little festival. But I'd still like to encourage people to come into St. Genevieve, because it really is a very festive atmosphere.
Right.
Well, we're ranked number 1 and 2, remember?
That's right.
In the entire Midwest.
So
there's no other place to go.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what's going on that weekend, but I know we used to be. But it's nice that other areas are choosing to celebrate the season.
I hope so.
Yeah, but I think with the music, to me that is something very unique and different than any other place that I've been.
Well, it's very European. And,
it absolutely is.
So that's when we had gone to Italy one year for Christmas, and I remember I'd already started doing the music, but we were walking down, we were in Florence, and I thought, what is that noise? And it was an organ playing at midnight. It was a midnight organ concert. So we went to this cathedral, and it was packed at midnight. And so I thought, well, that year I said, Al Kaiser, you've got to play the organ this year.
That's right. Play it at midnight. No, it really is. It's really neat to be able to perhaps bring a little bit of that back to St. Genevieve. That is the very old historical town in itself, and very German and very French.
It's very European. That's why we have to have the organ.
And art, obviously. That's all over the place over there too. So you've got it here.
Right.
Not just in the Art Center, but there are other galleries as well. But we will have a lot of work. I can assure you of that. So.
Oh yeah,
sure,
this is
yes.
a wonderful. If you're like out and about on the weekend, definitely do come here because it's a lot of fun. I always find little trinkets
Oh,
here
yeah.
just to give
Well, that's the
people
thing.
as stocking stuffer gifts. And the reception is wonderful. The food is fabulous. You meet the artist. And like I said, Dr. Lascelles will be
Oh
playing
yes, the
Renaissance
music. Last year, that was a big hit here. We had a lot of people
Well,
come
that was
in.
Dr. Lascelles and his wife.
Yeah, it was he and his
Party.
wife. That
Yeah.
is correct. We had a lot of people come in for that, and like I said, our reception is always good.
Yeah, it's very elegant. They do a very elegant
It really,
reception.
really is.
Beautiful.
I think so.
And I'm going to say our cider is the best in St. Genevieve.
It is.
And I say that because it's a recipe, and I'm going to mention her name, Betty Garrity. Was one of the original.
Very fine artist, yeah.
She was a wonderful artist in town.
Lived in a historic home.
Yes, she did, and was one of the original. Well, not the original guild member, but as years went on, she did work with some local artists, from Charlie Reinhardt to Misselhorn to Grant Lunn and Barney Evans and Dolly DeFore. So she was in that group of artists that continued the art legacy that started here in the 30s and 40s. But I mentioned her recipe. It's a cider recipe that we do every single year, and cider is cider, some might say, but no. It is good,
It's
isn't it?
very good, yes.
It's a very good recipe.
And for convenience sake, after the parade, if you're by the Duberg Center,
Oh, yeah.
and where they line up, we're directly across the street.
Yeah, I mean,
So
really
pop
slip
on
in.
and warm up if it's cold.
Yeah,
or-
that's true. Slip on in after the parade, because the parade starts right here across the street from us, which is really pretty cool. My grandkids love it. So it's a good weekend. It's going to be a festive weekend, and I hope everybody will turn out for it.
Right, and there are a lot of antique older cars and Santa Claus in the parade.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
lots, and I'm waiting to hear back from the Corvette Club, and that's down in Cape Girardeau, and so so that would be a wonderful treat also.
Yeah.
If we can get about 40 Corvettes up here, just to make it edgy and fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. It's nice. It really is. So, but yeah, and like I said, remind people that we will be open with everything here next weekend. Everything will be up and ready to go on Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 11 to 3, and we will run through Christmas. So plan on being here.
Thanks so much,
Yeah.
and we'll see you.
Yep.
And Merry Christmas to all.
That's right.
And thank you, ladies, for
You're welcome.
talking about our events, because St. Genevieve's a marvelous town.
Yeah,
It really is. We love it here.
Yeah.
Irish is a native, and
I am too. Yeah.
okay, I'm not, but I loved it since I was a child, and so it's it.
Not
And
far
I'm
from
not
here.
really-
Yeah, I grew up about an hour away, but I moved here from Texas. But we're natives now. We bought cemetery plots, so
No,
I'm not really a native. I came here when I was 9. So
I came here when I was 18 months old, so all my brothers and sisters were born and raised here. But I went to school here, so I consider myself a native in that regard.
Yes.
the point is, we love this culture.
Oh yeah.
And because we love it, when we have visitors, they love it too. And they love it. They love coming back. It's just a wonderful place. So welcome to our home. And you're always welcome.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's tell everyone goodbye and thank you for watching. And it'll be available